This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Sooners offense is on the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Off play action. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Unloads to the right. Got his man. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Reeled it in and just made the house call. The old Larynx is going to get a workout today with all these Boomer Sooners cascading down here in Oklahoma.
I do love that about college football, the individual chance you get in. When you get going early, when you get going and get this crowd going in the game, and they can be a big part of it, man, it energizes the whole team. And you hear what in this stadium, Reese?
Boomer!
Sooner!
So Missouri's offense will have its first possession of the game. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
Yeah, and I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Catch in the middle, it's Jones. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. And off to Jones. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Touch pass on the right. Still running at the 35. And he breaks into the open. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point was good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Looking to throw, it's Arnold. He finds his man. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Big.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, after having 3 sacks in their last game, this offense knew they had to ID where this guy was going to line up every play, and they had to have an answer for him. Didn't have one there. He is so strong. He's so fast, and he just knows how to get home to the quarterback. He's got a 6th sense.
He got a bunch of look close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
The play action fake. Finds the tight end. Stopped after making the catch. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here,
all kinds of running room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
and this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
They'll ride the hot hand. At the 40, there he goes. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got a man, it's Jones. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Missouri! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Troy. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Arnold. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sharp. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollock.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Now on the counter. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
That's reeled in. It's Jones. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more.
He'll take a shot. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to throw. It's Arnold. Quickly out to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Buys a little time. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Defense in that situation just has to know to stay in their lanes. You know, it's hard enough to get this guy down on the ground, but you just can't let him escape. You got to build the fence. You got to build the cage. Keep him in the pocket, and that time he was just able to use his athleticism to get outside and go pick up the first down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. On 2nd and 10, a 4-wideout set, trips right. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds his man. It's Gibson. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this.
Fires into traffic, picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Fires to the tight end. Can anyone catch him? A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the...
Oh, look out! Give him 114 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Handoff to the single back. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Horn. Got the back over the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Looking for a gap. It's Roberts.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D-tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
With jet sweep pass. Running toward the tape. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. He wants to throw it. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Columbia, one of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 10 to Alabama. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thompson. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Sooners will hustle to the line.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They're bringing heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The Sooners send out the punt unit.
Number 16 in punt formation to kick it away.
Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Now on 1st down from the 40. The lone back's got it. And it's on the ground. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Lacey. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Might as well give it to him again. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got enough space. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Horn. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
Ball's out of the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Missouri, 31. Oklahoma, 7.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sharp. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down.
Fires one high and deep. He's gotten inside the 30. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Touchdown Sooners! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a 1st down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Here's the handoff. Open space at the 25. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Looking for a man. It's Horn. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. This time he's got it. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. And the beatdown has ensued. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed.